dear, could I?
I'm longing to talk to you, but there are certain subjects which we cannot discuss in public.
Baroness Wetzer, may I have your permission to ask your daughter, Maria, to do me the honor of opening the ball? Have I your permission?
If your Imperial Highness insists. Your Majesty, I don't...
Keep calm. Remember that you're an Archduchess of Austria.
Oh, how much longer?
Maria, look at me. Maria. Now smile. Smile. I want everyone to see us. That's better. Now say something.
Good evening, Your Highness. Good evening, my love. Oh, take me away, please, take me away.
This will not last. I give you my word. It will not be allowed to last.
Your Majesties, allow me to present to you the Baroness Maria Wetzer, whose fate has been a matter of such great interest to you.
You're very beautiful, Baroness. And your youth gives you the right to expect everything of life.
Your Majesty is kind.
The Baroness and I have already met. I trust that the liking I have for her is mutual.
Your Majesty is truly kind.
I shall retire now. Perhaps you would come to see me before you go. But not too late. Good night.
But I'm proud of you, Maria. God, how I'm proud of you. I hope someday we have children so they too can be proud of you.
Beaufort passed. Regina Beaufort came from an old South Carolina family, but her husband Julius, who passed for an Englishman, was known to have dissipated habits, a bitter tongue, and mysterious antecedents. His marriage assured him a social position, but not necessarily respect. Raymond Archer had not stopped at his club as young men usually did, but came directly to the Beauforts. He wanted the announcement of his engagement to divert gossip away from the Countess and show his most ardent support for May and her whole family. The Beaufort house had been boldly planned. Instead of squeezing through a narrow passage to get to the ballroom, one marched solemnly down a vista of enfiladed drawing rooms. But only by actually passing through the crimson drawing room could one see the return of spring, the much-discussed nude by Bouguereau, which Beaufort had had the audacity to hang in plain sight.
Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Mr. Archer.
Archer enjoyed such challenges to convention. He questioned conformity in private, but in public he upheld family and tradition. This was a world balanced so precariously that its harmony could be shattered by a whisper.
Future ones. Thank you.
Excuse me, may I?
Why did you follow me yesterday?
I'm sorry, what?
After the market, you followed me to the hotel.
I was concerned. A woman in that part of Cairo, a European woman, I felt obliged to.
You felt obliged to.
As the wife of one of our party.
So why follow me? Escort me, by all means, but follow me is predatory, isn't it?
In order to maintain control over Princess Victoria, Sir John and the Duchess keep her away from King William's court. Thus, when she does make a public appearance, her mere presence causes quite a stir. You must win her favor before anyone else.
Her Majesty the Queen.
You sure this is wise?
quite a day. Are you tired?
Oh, no. Well, not really. It's just... Well, I'm stronger than I look. How much longer are you in London?
Only until Friday. Then home via Brussels. Uncle Leopold must have his report.
Oh, dear. I have a quadrille with the Prince of Prussia next. My poor little toes. I feel sorry for them already.
Your Majesty.
If you wish to lead the opening reel with the lady of your choice, you must bid for her.
Caroline Mead, how can you permit your husband to conduct this slave auction?
Darling Merriweather, how dare you criticize me? Melanie Wilkes told the doctor that if it's for the benefit of the cause, it's quite all right.
She did? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Where am I smelling salts? I think I shall faint.
Don't you dare faint, Petticat Hamilton.
If Melanie says it's all right, it is all right. Oh.
Come, gentlemen, do I hear your bids? Make your offers. Don't be bashful, gentlemen.
$20. $20 for Miss Mabel Merriweather. $25 for Miss Fanny Elsie.
Only $25 to give your...
$150 in gold.
For what lady, sir?
For Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
For whom, sir?
Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
Mrs. Hamilton is in mourning, Captain Butler. But I'm sure any of our Atlanta belles would be proud to...
Dr. Mead, I said Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
She will not consider it, sir.
Oh, yes, I will. Goodness
Choose your partners for the Virginia reel.
We've sort of shocked the Confederacy, Scarlett.
It's a little bit like blockade running, isn't it?
It's worse. But I expect a very fancy profit out of it.
Well, I don't care what you expect or what they think. I'm going to dance and dance. Tonight I wouldn't mind dancing with Abe Lincoln himself. Dance, my reputation will be lost forever.
Enough courage you can do without a reputation.
Oh, you do talk scandalous. You do waltz divinely, Captain Butler.
Don't start flirting with me. I'm not one of your plantation beaux. I want more than flirting from you.
What do you want?
I'll tell you, Scarlett O'Hara. You'll take that Southern belle simple off your face. Someday I want you to say to me the words I heard you say to Ashley Wilkes. I love you.
That's something you'll never hear from me, Captain Butler, as long as you live.
Un valzer. Nemmeno mi fossi messa d'accordo con l'orchestra, principe. Non le pare?
Come?
È un valzer. O forse si è già pentito.
No, no, certo. Ti prego, scusami.
Sono tutti gentili con me. E io sono felice, zio, tanto. Tancredi è proprio un amore. E anche lei è un amore, lo sa.
Meno male che Tancredi non sente quello che dice.
Dico davvero, zio. So di doverle tutto. Anche Tancredi le devo. Perché se lei non avesse voluto, certamente finiva che...
Finiva che Tancredi ti avrebbe sposato lo stesso. Eri tutta a te sola.
No, non è vero.
Sì, è vero, Angelica. Nessun Tancredi avrebbe resistito alla tua bellezza.
Avevo sentito dire di lei che era un buon ballerino, principe.
Mi dispiace di averti ancora delusa.
È molto di più di un buon ballerino. Lei è un ballerino delizioso. Veramente delizioso.
Ma sì, è mio padre.
Il prossimo.
La mazurka, allora.
Ci stanno guardando tutti, principe.
Che splendida ragazza che balla con suo padre.
È molto, molto bella.
Caro zio, se gli applausi non sono scrosciati è solo perché un leone della tua specie incute il rispetto e non incoraggia sconvenienze. Ma ti meritavi un'ovazione.
E ora venga al nostro tavolo a cenare con noi.
No, Angelica. I ricordi di gioventù sono ancora molto vivi e so fin troppo bene quanto vi sarebbe fastidioso cenare con un vecchio zio.
Questo non è vero.
Ma sì, gli innamorati vogliono stare soli.
Ma principe...
E poi non ho molto appetito. Ora vai con Tancredi, Angelica, e non pensate a me.
Grazie, zio. Grazie.
Tired, Estella?
Rather, Pip.
You should be.
Say rather I should not be. For I still have my letter to Miss Havisham to write before I go to bed.
Recounting tonight's triumph? Surely a very poor one, Estella.
I don't know what you mean. I didn't know there'd been any.
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen,
This is our dance, Stella.
pray take your places for the next dance.
Stella, look at Drummle. He never takes his eyes off you.
Why should I look at him? Is there anything in Drummle I need to look at?
That's what I want to ask you. He's been hovering about you for weeks.
Moths and all sorts of ugly creatures hover about a lighted candle. Can the candle help it?
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen, pray take your partners for the Spanish polka.
Everybody dislikes him, you must know that. There's nothing to recommend him but money and a ridiculous row of addle-headed ancestors. It makes me wretched to see you encourage him.
Does it?
You give him looks and smiles such as you never give to me.
Do you want me then to deceive and entrap you?
Do you deceive and entrap him, Estella?
Yes, and many others. All of them but you.
All weekend, every weekend, ended up at Gatsby's. And I mean everyone, from every walk of life, from every corner of New York City. This kaleidoscopic carnival spilled through Gatsby's door. My invitation. A caravansary of billionaire Playboy publishers and their blonde nurses. Heiresses comparing inheritances on Gatsby's beach. My boss, Walter Chase, losing money at the roulette tables. Gossip columnists alongside gangsters and governors exchanging telephone numbers. Film stars, Broadway directors, morality protectors, high school defectors, and Ewing Klipspringer, dubious descendant of Beethoven. You know where I might find the host, Mr. Gatsby? I live just next door.
Gatsby? I've never seen Mr. Gatsby, sir. Why, no one has.
Alone and a little embarrassed, I decided to get roaring drunk.
Mr. Gatsby. Sweet baby. Come on. Right here, right now. But you are mistaken, for I am the mysterious Mr. Gatsby.
You won't find him. But Mr. Gatsby doesn't exist.
Phooey, I've met him.
Really?
Are you ready?
anti-waste.
Eyeballs it is. All right, take care of my friend.
Get gay to decadence, ill reverence.
See these fists? He's the next heavyweight champion.
Pay my respects to your boss.
Good luck.
AJ, you're under arrest!
You be careful now. You're turning into a real jazz hound, Commissioner.
$100 bill, real.
That's the commissioner back there.
Small on the skin, some might call us in. Politicians all move for money. What the hell are we calling them?
You be careful at those tables now, Senator.
I'll put a bet on for you, Jay.
Carter, New Kennedy, no ordinary Joe, you will remember me.
We'll have the lobster. It's decorated with truffles and fine herbs.
No prohibition from a coalition. I need 100 bricks on them 100 rocks. I got 100 drops, duck 100.
Can't you look more pleasant?
I don't feel pleasant.
What is the matter?
Do you know who we have to thank for this? Uncle Leopold.
Albert, they say she dances beautifully.
Does she?
You haven't danced with her yet?
I have been asked.
Her Majesty will dance with you. With Prince Ernest, Your Highness.
Me?
Ernest, you like dancing?
Yes, indeed.
We will dance. You enjoy dancing, Ernest?
Yes, indeed. Especially Albert.
Been together, you and Albert. I envy you. I have always been alone.
It is entirely in Your Majesty's hands to alter this state of affairs.
Could you leave your brother, Ernest?
I don't understand.
I mean, would such a parting be very painful to you?
Such a parting would become unimportant, Your Majesty, if it is a question of higher sentiments.
I trust Your Highness is enjoying himself.
Immensely. What time does the steamboat leave for Rosenau tomorrow?
You mean to leave us?
I'm afraid I have to. It is impossible for me to stay away from Rosenau longer. Well?
She dances beautifully.
Did she say anything?
Yes. Next dance will be a waltz by Mr. Strauss.
We return to Coburg tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Your Highness, Her Majesty will dance with you.
With me?
Yes, Your Highness.
Tomorrow.
You too like dancing, Albert?
I prefer reading.
But you like this dancing music played so beautifully by Mr. Strauss.
I prefer Beethoven.
Albert, we will dance.
Thank you.
And you really do not like this piece by Mr. Strauss?
Oh, this one? Oh, yes, I do like it. Very much. But you dance beautifully.
Oh, I adore it above everything.
Indeed, Mr. Strauss does play this you waltz.
Waltz?
Waltz dance better than anyone else.
I think it is rather a shocking dance.
But very pleasant.
Oh, very pleasant.
When I've enjoyed a dance as much.
I know I never have.
A wonderful bouquet. Isn't it?
Yes, isn't it?
It keeps as fresh and lovely as its mistress.
Your Majesty, for this dance I came.
Be seated. Lord Melbourne, I'm happy. Such a dear young man, so frank, so really young and gay. You know, I have seldom had young people around me. I must sometimes.
Nothing more natural.
Lord Melbourne, I have quite made up my mind.
I'm more than glad. My only wish is for your happiness.
Well?
She dances beautifully.
Home tomorrow?
Camerata Manganiello. Chi non fotte è fottuto.
This is the scene of the dance hall where the two couples go after dinner. It's a real location, a guinguette called Chez Gégène outside Paris at Joinville-le-Pont, just near one of the major French film studios. All the scenes in the film were shot in real locations, apart from the one in the radio station at the beginning, which was shot in the studio at Cinecittà. But once again, it's a real location transfigured by lighting. The intense blue outside is unreal, and it makes the red and white window frames inside seem unreal, just as the blue-filtered exteriors in Paris are unreal, or the white exterior of the Palazzo dei Congressi, used for Marcello's father's asylum. Here the dance between the two beautiful women is put on display in front of their husbands, who appear at this point as voyeurs outside the window. It will emerge in a minute that Marcello finds the display disturbing, and he wants them to stop, but Quadri says he finds them beautiful.
Se lei fosse quello che dice di essere, avrebbe accettato di portare la lettera. E l'avrebbe usata contro I nostri compagni di Roma.
Quadri reveals that he's just played a double bluff on Marcello. The letter he asked him to take to Rome, and which Marcello has refused to take, was just blank paper. It was a trick to put him to the test. If he really was the fascist he claims to be, he would have agreed to take the letter and used it against Quadri's anti-fascist contacts. This implies that Quadri really trusts the man who's been sent to kill him. Bertolucci said he put Laurel and Hardy in here because when a situation gets too dramatic, you have to de-dramatise a bit. Laurel and Hardy meant, careful, let's not take ourselves too seriously. The two women stand out from the people around them also because of the way they're dressed. The others are working class or lower middle class people dressed up for an evening out. Most of the women wear 3/4 length dresses, but Anna and Giulia have long ones and they're haute couture. All the costumes in the film were made by Tirelli, who were famous theatrical costume makers and had made the costumes for such films as Visconti's The Leopard. This is the dress that Giulia is supposed to have bought at the Jacques Eames store in Paris. Bertolucci once complained in an interview, "No one ever asked me why I moved the camera in a particular way or why I used tracking shots or how long they were." So let's let him talk us through this scene in his own words. Giulia dances the tango with Anna and they kiss. Then there's a circle of people around them and the camera is high up. They begin to do a sort of farandole and the people follow them. As the farandole grows, the camera descends on a crane, taking in the orchestra, which we see up in the gallery. Then in the next shot, we see Marcello and the professor watching them, amused. People pass dancing in front of them and someone takes the professor's hand. Marcello stays alone. Behind him there's a window, and as Giulia passes outside it, leading the dance, the camera leaves Marcello to follow her and to arrive on Manganiello, the professional assassin who's sitting across the room. Marcello is tapping on the table, following the rhythm of the dance. When he sees Manganiello, he stops, and Manganiello looks at him, and then he starts tapping. So these are the things, Bertolucci concludes: découpage, camera, technique. It's only through technique that one arrives at doing things. Marcello now betrays the man with whom he's ingratiated himself and who's just said he trusts him. He has the address where Quadri is going to travel tomorrow to Manganiello, and he walks away.
E buon proseguimento.
Manganiello's words suggest that Marcello's job is finished. He's given him the tip-off he needs and he can go. But as he moves away, he gets caught up in the coils of the farandole, as if he's trapped by a snake or in a spider's web. This is shown from a high crane shot over the dancers and also from body level. Dance scenes where important bits of story also happen are something of a trademark of Bertolucci's films of this period. There's one in The Spider's Stratagem, and there's one near the end of Last Tango in Paris, his next film after The Conformist, released in 1972. Manganiello, having got the information he needs, now leaves, but before this scene closes, we go back to the two couples one last time. They've swapped partners, and we get two pieces of dialogue. One is frivolous. It's the drunken Giulia being mildly flirtatious with Quadri.
Eppure le giuro che lei mi mette soggezione, come un esame.
Preparata, non abbia paura.
The other piece of dialogue is intense and serious. It's Anna telling Marcello that she's changed her mind and decided to travel tomorrow with her husband. Marcello pleads with her not to go on that trip. Anna agrees to stay behind in Paris.
Anch'io domattina con mio marito.
Non devi partire. Fallo per me, rimani, ti supplico. Avevi deciso di partire con me, Giulia.
Non hai visto che tua moglie non mi sopporta?
Pardon.
Ma Giulia è una stupida. E non vedi che sbronza?
Abbiamo tutti perduto un po' la testa stasera.
E poi non è affatto vero che non ti sopporta. Anzi, mi ha detto che ti ammira.
E che altro ha detto?
Che ti trova seducente.
Ho cambiato idea. Resto a Parigi. Resto con voi, contento.
Anna, il professore mi fa delle proposte! Aiuto, Anna! Io sono talmente felice che tra poco mi sentirò malissimo! Ciao!
As the camera pulls back, we're about to return finally to the car journey, the frame narrative. The long flashback that opened at the beginning is now closing, and we get a repetition in reverse of the same stylistic.
Remember?
What?
The music, this waltz.
Yes, of course.
No, you don't really.
Sorry, should I?
No, it was a long time ago. My first waltz, my first ball, my first
What?
partner. I thought it was you. It must have been somebody else.
It might have been me.
It really doesn't matter. It might not even have been at the ball.
Frankly, I don't understand you.
Why? Because I didn't deny what Vlado said?
Yes.
How do you know that I'm not Anna Korev?
Be serious.
I am.
You're deliberately behaving very strangely tonight.
How do you know how Anna Korev behaves?
I know how you behave, and all I care about is you.
Do you mean that?
Of course.
Then let's announce our engagement tonight.
I want to very much.
Prince Paul von Herelberg to Miss Anna Korev. Will you announce that?
Certainly not.
Ah.
Because it's not true.
No? Suppose I have no title, no inheritance, nothing.
I can't suppose that when I know perfectly well who you are.
Still, what if I can't get the money? Or if I make no claim to it?
You can and you will. Why be poor when you can so easily be very rich?
The poor have only one advantage. They know when they are loved for themselves.
Sorry, but I refuse to take that remark seriously.
The Empress is ready. She's upstairs in the green room.
Good.
It's almost time.
All right. Oh, Petrovanch, should I not be back in time?
Why not?
Just go ahead without me.
never seen you look so well.
In this? Oh, they don't know how to make baggage nowadays. Imagine trying to fit this into a nasty little modern suitcase. Oh, the times aren't suited for elegance, but you have brought it back, ce soir. What's the matter? You look upset.
No, just tired. Would you ask Her Majesty if she would receive me for just a moment?
You know I will. General, General. You may go in.
It's very kind of you.